Hey, Nation, Harry here. It is the start of Q2 2020. Boy, was that a very interesting Q1. It's only going to get more interesting, and I have a special treat for you. We are back with longtime friend of the family, Wayne Turmel, who you would have known in the past. He worked with us on a series of webinars a few years ago, and when he lived in Chicago. So, Wayne, please reintroduce yourself to the audience, what you did with us, where you live now, and what you're doing now, and I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Well, my relationship with Harry and Jenny and the family goes back a ways. I attended a couple of SMB conferences back in the day when I had a business called greatwebmeetings.com, and we did primarily webinars and helped people figure out how to use webinars to grow their business and that kind of thing. Well, as SMB Nation has changed, so has my business, and we've expanded. And a few years ago, I was bought by the Kevin Eikenberry Group. The company was bought by the Kevin Eikenberry Group, and we have formed a new entity called the Remote Leadership Institute, which teaches the leadership and project management and skills needed to work from home, lead a workforce that's dispersed and all over the place, whether you are working internally in a company or you have your own team. How do you work in this crazy remote world? And, we've written a book called The Long Distance Leader, Rules for Remarkable Remote Leadership, which is doing very nicely. And then this happened, and we all know what this is. Mm-hmm. And it's like everything that we've been talking about for the last 4 or 5 years, suddenly people are like, I've got people working from home. I'm working from home, and that's not my usual environment. And, how do I make it work with my team and my customers and all of that? So we've been plunked down in the middle of that and really happy to help people find their way through it.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. And I would offer, having looked at your organization site and trying to get a sense of your business model. So you're, kind of a cross between, and stop me when I veer off, but maybe a management consultant, a behavioral consultant, an HR type role, coaching. I don't think you're, in fact, my MSPs, the audience of SMB Nation should engage with you, because the MSPs are going to be more interested in setting up secure VPNs and kind of geeking out. And that's not what you do. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's real important, I think, that we are just upfront about who does what, right? We are a training, consulting, coaching company around the leadership end of this. Now, that said, a couple of things. One is your MSPs very obviously have to be around the technical end, making sure that that's working. That said, I think it's important that we remember that there's a human component to this. When you're setting up VPNs for your clients, for example, how are they expected to use them? What is the end goal? Especially right now that things are being set up in a hurry. We've got a big client in Seattle who had this great plan. 60% of their workforce was going to be remote by June. Well, congratulations. They're now 100% remote in March. Make that happen. And so there's two components, right? There's the VPN part. Can people connect? Can they have the bandwidth they need? Can they access the information they need to access? But there's also, as the manager, as the team leader, as the project manager, how are we going to use these tools once we have them? I mean, you know this better than anybody, Harry. You look at a simple tool, Skype, Microsoft Teams, Skype for Business, WebEx, pick a tool. 80% of people use 20% of the features.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You've never worked from home before. Here's all this cool tech that's going to do everything for you. And people don't know how to use it. And why should I use my webcam? And why, so for every technology, which is absolutely mandatory and necessary, and God bless the people who know how to do it, because I ain't one of them, there's also the, okay, we've got it, now what?
Yeah.
Right? How do we use these tools effectively, especially right now to build connections?
Yep. Yep.
Right? We're still humans and we're still working with our customers and the guys that install for us and the people that we're working with. We're still, when all this is over, we're still going to be working as a team. We're still going to be connected, and we got the work done, but what's left in our wake?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Wayne, I appreciate you accepted my kind offer to join us in the MSP Tech Talk Spring Quarter. You're the kickoff lecture of a 6-part series on both setting up remote offices for clients, so MSPs doing what they do, but also being remote. And the first lecture is on culture. So folks, in preparation for that, if you want to go to the www.remoteleadershipinstitute.com and start to educate yourself on this. And Wayne, thank you for your time. We'll see you back in a few weeks as we kick off lecture.
I'm excited to be there, Harry. Looking forward to talk to everybody. Bye-bye.
Take care.